Wake up, right now. Stop pretending the world hasn't already started without you. You feel that weight in your chest? That's reality pressing down. That's everyone who laughed at your dreams. Everyone who told you you'd fail. Everyone who said you weren't enough. That weight isn't punishment, it's fuel. And right now, it's your choice whether to let it crush you or turn it into something explosive. They doubted you? Good. Let their disbelief become your secret weapon. Let it fester. Let it burn. Because nothing tastes sweeter than showing up when everyone else assumed you'd disappear. That's the difference between boys and men. Boys whine, men strike back. Every insult, every scoff, every dismissive glance, they all have a price, and that price is your rise. You think greatness waits for comfort? No, comfort kills men. Comfort makes you soft. Comfort makes excuses. The comeback begins in the trenches where no one sees. In the nights you stay awake plotting. In the mornings your body screams stop, and you push anyway. That's where fire is born. That's where legends are forged. Look around. The doubters are confident because they've never risked everything. They play it safe. They avoid conflict. They avoid challenge. And that's their weakness. Their disbelief isn't reality. It's a window into their fear, a mirror reflecting their limitations. And you're about to exploit that. You're about to use every laugh, every mockery, every you can't as a step on your ladder to dominance. Here's the first truth about proving them wrong. It's not about revenge. Revenge is weak. Revenge is reactive. Proving them wrong is strategic, relentless, and proactive. It's built on preparation, on action, on results so undeniable that they have no choice but to acknowledge it. You don't announce your comeback, you execute it. Every action, every decision, every ounce of energy is a statement louder than words ever could be. Remember the man who stays quiet while doubters speak? That man is already lost. The one who lets every no define his mood, his effort, his day, already defeated. You are neither. You are the storm they never saw coming. Every doubt they planted is fertilizer for your roots. Every underestimation is a spark that ignites your engine. You're not just climbing back, you're building a new summit above theirs. Think about this. History remembers the ones who refused to bow, who refused to apologize for their ambition, who refused to accept mediocrity as a life sentence. Every billionaire, every legend, every man who broke molds, they all had one thing in common. People doubted them mercilessly. And yet every time doubt screamed at them, they responded not with talk, but with results so explosive, so undeniable, that disbelief dissolved instantly. That's the blueprint. That's the map. And it's available to you if you take it. Here's the next layer. Action doesn't start tomorrow. It starts now. Too many men wait. They wait for clarity, for permission, for the perfect alignment of circumstances. That's weakness disguised as patience. True men create the alignment. True men move through chaos. They act while others hesitate. They forge opportunity out of obstacles. That's how doubt becomes irrelevant. It gets crushed under the weight of your execution. And execution isn't glamorous. It's grinding when no one notices, sweating when everyone else sleeps, failing when it's easy to quit, and rising anyway. Every skill you need, every connection you desire, every goal you've been told is impossible. Hunt it, claim it, dominate it. The doubters, they'll see it eventually, but by the time they do, you'll already be miles ahead, untouchable, untamed, unstoppable. Here's a critical piece they never tell you. Fear is unavoidable. You will feel it. You will feel doubt. You will question yourself, and that's normal. The difference isn't absence of fear. The difference isn't absence of fear. The difference is what you do while it's screaming in your face. You push, you grind, you strike, you grow. Fear becomes irrelevant when action is non-negotiable. That's how empires rise. That's how comebacks are written. And don't kid yourself. The comebacks are messy. It's loud. It's painful. It will break habits, relationships, comfort zones. But that's precisely what it needs to be. Pain separates boys from men. Chaos separates spectators from participants. Struggle separates those who talk from those who act. The doubters, the cynics, the haters, they are all part of your arena. And every ounce of discomfort you endure is a weapon in your arsenal. You want to know the real secret? It's consistency under pressure. Every time you move when the world expects you to freeze. Every time you fight when the world expects you to give up. Every time you grind when the world expects you to rest. That's where comebacks are solidified. That's where legends are born. That's where doubt is permanently silenced. Visualize it. Imagine the people who laughed at you, who questioned you, who said you'd never rise. Now imagine them watching your life explode past every limitation they imagined for you. That's not luck. That's not fate. That's relentless, calculated, unapologetic action. That's your proving ground. That's your victory in motion. And it's addictive. Once you feel it, once you know the taste of disbelief crushed under your dominance, you'll never go back to waiting. You'll never settle. You'll never be quiet again. And here's another truth. The comeback is not one battle. It's a lifestyle, a daily war, a relentless march. Every second you hesitate, every second you question, every second you give into comfort, you lose. And the moment you decide to attack with everything you've got every day, that's the moment you start rewriting your story. Doubters don't get a chapter, they get a footnote in your legacy. Now, let's talk execution on a higher level. Step 1, outwork them all. Step 2, outthink them all. Step 3, outlast them all. Every setback is data. Every failure is feedback. Every insult is ammunition. And your response? Not words, results, power, dominance. You don't convince people with speeches. You convince them with outcomes so large, so undeniable, so explosive that their doubt doesn't stand a chance. Step 4, control your mind before the world tries to control you. Every doubter's voice, every sarcastic laugh, every "you can't" is a test. And you will pass it not because it's easy, but because you decided long ago that failure isn't an option. Control your thoughts. Sharpen your focus. Command your energy. The battlefield isn't outside, it's inside your head. Win there first, and the rest will follow. Step 5, turn discomfort into momentum. The world will throw curveballs. People will sabotage. Circumstances will betray, and pain will arrive uninvited. But here's the difference between boys and men. Boys flinch. Men accelerate. Every setback becomes a springboard. Every insult, a push forward. Every obstacle is fuel for your engine. When they doubted you, they handed you momentum disguised as adversity. Take it and sprint past them while they're still arguing with reality. Now listen carefully. Comebacks demand obsession. Not casual interest, not half-hearted attempts. Full obsession. Obsession with your vision, obsession with your craft, obsession with building a life so far beyond expectation that everyone who doubted you is left staring in disbelief. Obsession is the currency of dominance. Obsession turns plans into execution. Obsession converts whispers of doubt into shouts of triumph. Without obsession, you're just moving. With it, you're unstoppable. Here's another truth that doubters will never tell you. They fear what they cannot predict. They assume you'll follow the same path, make the same mistakes, fail at the same steps. And when you don't, when you rise faster, harder, smarter, their disbelief becomes irrelevant. Every miscalculation they expected is obliterated by your preparation. Every underestimation becomes proof that you're operating on a level they'll never understand. Let me be clear, proving them wrong is not a sprint. It's a marathon over fire, ice, and every excuse you've ever made. It's walking through a storm of ridicule and laughter without flinching. Every day you move forward, you're building a gap so vast that doubt itself has no voice. That's why comebacks are the most dangerous weapon a man can wield. They are silent, relentless, and unstoppable. Don't forget, attention is power. When they're busy mocking you, they're distracted. When they're busy laughing, you're busy building. Every hour spent doubting you is an hour wasted that you use to advance, innovate, dominate. They will never see you coming because they are still trapped in their own assumptions, their own small thinking, their own limitations. And by the time they notice it's too late, you will already be miles ahead, untouchable, undeniable. Here's the part most men never understand. Comebacks are contagious. Once you prove the first doubter wrong, the next one falls faster. And the next. And the next. People will try to ignore you at first, but the louder your results, the more they are forced to reckon with your existence. Every achievement you stack, every victory you take, Every boundary you break is a testament to your refusal to be ignored. That's the art of turning doubt into a weapon. And don't think it's always external. Most doubters live inside your own mind. That inner voice telling you you're too weak, too small, too late, too unlucky. That's the hardest enemy. That's the one who's been whispering in your ear since childhood. And here's the brutal truth. You can either obey it or destroy it. You train it out of existence by taking action, by moving when others stop, by showing up when excuses scream the loudest. Destroy the internal doubter, and external doubter becomes meaningless. Here's a technique the doubters will never teach you. Visualize your revenge before you strike. Not revenge in the petty sense, but the satisfaction of walking past them with results so monumental they can't deny it. Feel the disbelief on their faces. Hear the whispers of astonishment. Let that image fuel every workout, every early morning, every late night grind. Every step becomes not just progress, but a statement of dominance. And now we escalate. Your comeback must be multidimensional, financial, mental, physical, emotional. Every part of your life becomes a battlefield. You will not accept mediocrity in one area while excelling in another. Why? Because a true comeback demands total mastery. Every skill, every habit, every mindset must align. That alignment creates a presence so powerful that doubt cannot survive in your shadow. Consider this. The doubters didn't see the late nights, the failures, the sacrifices. They never will. They only see the outcome, the result, the empire you build while they slept, laughed, or doubted. And that's the point. The comeback isn't about proving to them. It's about proving to yourself that you refuse to be defined by anyone else's opinion. Every doubter you leave behind becomes a monument to your focus, your drive, your obsession. And here's the next weapon: strategic patience. While the doubters are loud, impatient, and reactive, you operate with timing. You choose when to reveal strength, when to strike, when to showcase dominance. Impulsive action is for amateurs. Controlled, calculated, unrelenting progress is for men who plan comebacks that leave a permanent mark. They see results suddenly, but you've been moving silently, preparing explosively for far longer than they imagined. Now, let's talk execution under pressure. Doubters thrive on seeing hesitation, uncertainty, fear. They assume you'll break when the pressure hits. That's why you must create pressure yourself, test your limits daily, train beyond exhaustion, work when there's no applause. When the world finally challenges you, it will feel familiar. You won't flinch. You won't doubt. You will execute like a machine designed for victory. Here's a truth that separates boys from men. Consistency beats talent every time. The doubters may have more skills, more luck, more resources. But if you move every day, grind every morning, and fight every night, you outlast, outwork, and outshine them. Talent fades. Obsession endures. Discipline conquers doubt. Execution annihilates disbelief. And don't forget visibility. Your comeback must be seen, but not for validation, only as proof. Proof that someone who is underestimated has risen above every expectation, above every insult, above every obstacle. Your presence becomes a statement. Every room you enter, every meeting you attend, every conversation you dominate echoes one undeniable fact: they were wrong about you. Finally, the ultimate weapon: momentum. Every step, every action, every victory compounds. Doubters cannot match your acceleration. The more you prove, the faster you move, the further you rise. By the time they grasp the truth, they are irrelevant. Your momentum is a wall. Your results are a storm. Your comeback is unstoppable, undeniable, and eternal. Now it's time to finish this story. The comeback is no longer theory, it's complete, undeniable action. You fought through the doubts, leveraged every insult, and executed relentlessly. But here's the truth. Nobody tells you. The final victory is not measured by applause, money, or recognition. It's measured by the change in yourself, the man you become while everyone else was betting against you. You are no longer the boy who waited. You are the man who moves first, who takes without asking, who dominates quietly, and lets the world catch up. The people who doubted you, they don't get to define your journey anymore. Every word they spoke, every judgment they cast, every smirk they gave, now it fuels nothing but your legacy. This is where you embrace absolute ownership. No excuses, no blame, no external validation. Your life is a direct reflection of your decisions, your consistency, and your obsession. The comeback demanded you bleed, sweat, and break, and in return, it has given you a man who doesn't shrink in the face of challenge. You've mastered the art of turning doubt into dominance. That is power. That is freedom. That is victory. Think about every obstacle you faced. Every time the world laughed, every door slammed, every opportunity seemed stolen. Each one was a test of your will, and you passed. Not by chance, not by luck, but by relentless action, preparation, and unwavering belief. That's the definition of a comeback. It's not a temporary rise, it's a permanent evolution. You have leveled up mentally, emotionally, physically, and strategically. You are no longer a participant in life, you are the force life revolves around. And here's the final lesson. Comebacks demand decisiveness. There's no hesitating, no waiting for perfect timing. You've proven that waiting kills dreams, that hesitation fuels doubt. Today, the doubters are witnesses, not obstacles. Tomorrow, they are examples of what happens to those who refuse to rise when the opportunity knocks. Your life is your arena. Your results are your war cries. You've built a foundation that can't be shaken. Every success you claim, every goal you achieve, every vision you manifest is a declaration. You will not be underestimated. You will not be overlooked. You will not settle. You've taken every doubt, every insult, every negative prediction, and transformed it into unstoppable momentum. The comeback is complete, not because the world has recognized you yet, but because you have recognized your own potential and acted on it relentlessly. Remember this, the doubters don't define reality. They define their perception. Reality bends for the men who act, for the men who dominate, for the men who decide early that they refuse to accept mediocrity. You are that man. Your comeback is your blueprint. Your actions are proof. And from this moment forward, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So, when you look in the mirror, see the man who refused to quit. See the man who turned criticism into fuel. See the man who used doubt as a weapon to carve his empire. And understand this, every step you take forward, every risk you embrace, every boundary you break is not just for survival. It's for unapologetic dominance, freedom, and legacy. The comeback has ended, but it is eternal. It is a state of mind. It is a lifestyle. It is the standard by which all men will measure themselves. And you, the man who refused to accept defeat, the man who proved every doubter wrong, now sets the standard. Every move, every decision, every achievement is a reminder to the world and to yourself that you were never meant to be ordinary. This is your victory, your moment, your life. And anyone who doubts you from here on out will only serve as a reminder of what you've already overcome. You fought, you've endured, and now you stand unshakable, unbreakable, and unstoppable. That is the ultimate comeback. That is the man you were born to be.